would now like to arrive at the commencement address, a moment to reflect on the journey ahead and the responsibilities we carry forward from here.
To deliver this address, we are deeply honored to have with us Dr. Naresh Trehan, one of the most respected cardiovascular surgeons in the world and the chairman and managing director of Medanta, the Medicity, Gurugram.
Dr. Trehan practiced at the New York University Medical Center in Manhattan from 1971 to 1988 before he arrived to India to establish the Scott's Heart Institute and Research Center, significantly advancing cardiac care in the country.
Over the course of his remarkable career, he has performed more than 48,000 heart surgeries, introducing several cardiovascular surgical procedures in India for the very first time. He has also had the honor of serving as a personal surgeon to the President of India.
Dr. Trehan is a member of several national and international professional societies and has been honored with numerous prestigious awards, including the Dr. B.C. Roy Award, the Lal Bahadur Shastri National Award, as well as the Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan, in recognition of his outstanding contributions to medicine.
It is truly a privilege to have with us today, sir.
Before we invite Dr. Trehan to the stage, it is my honor to call upon Justice Hema Kohli to felicitate him.
Justice Hema Kohli is a former judge of the Supreme Court of India and a member of the Board of Advisors of the Princeton Foundation. With an illustrious career in law and justice, she has been recognized for her deep commitment to constitutional values, human rights, and the rule of law. Her guidance and association with the Foundation continue to inspire its efforts towards equitable education and inclusive development.
We are honored to invite Justice Hema Kohli to the stage to felicitate Dr. Naresh Trehan.
Now, please join me in welcoming Dr. Naresh Trehan to deliver the Princeton Foundation Commencement Speech 2026.
Whoa. Good afternoon. Thank you for giving me this privilege of being amongst you for the Women Empowerment and Gender Equity Modern Society lecture. It is amazing the kind of work which was initiated by Dr. Ashutosh and his wife, that this in the last 15 years has come so far and that we have so many capable or enabled, I should say. I'm impressed by their delivery of introduction, the way they have organized this function, and the fact that all the dignitaries who have been contributing to it have made it such a success and a good journey for 15 years now. I would like to, first of all, correct the misnomer, terrible misnomer, the weaker sex. Actually, this just represents the centuries or forever the efforts men made to suppress the women through history. So one must understand that if women were not there, there would be no men. So we should not forget that very principle where we came from. The second thing is that if you look at the daily life, the contours of the daily life of a woman, they are smarter, their EQs are much higher. They not only give birth to children but take care of them. And yet they have to deal with men in their homes. So who's the stronger sex? So we must correct that first. That they are, I must say that the multitasking a woman can do, men will never be able to do. And second thing is, you saw the performance, the two beautiful performances. Very few men would be able to even display that energy. So in other words, we should correct that as we move forward. Now you can't undo history in one day, but certainly efforts like what Dr. Ashutosh and his family have done is basically one of the multiplier effects of, and what Dr. Lal also said, Bharat Lal said, that look, you are the ones who have been fortunate enough to be able to be chosen on your steam. It's not that it's a favor, it's not charity. On your own talent and grit that you got selected as a Princeton Fellow. Okay. Now, ultimately, the responsibility falls on you and all of us to say the candle that was lit by the Ashutosh and his family's effort only needs to be transferred to all of us to say what can we do on a daily basis, not something that is sort of charity kind of thought or philanthropy kind of thought, but correction of the entire misnomer that was created over centuries. So I must compliment the effort, but India happens to be one of the countries where I think women empowerment is taking a much more rapid pace than some of the other countries. You can see women have made such a big difference in wherever they have gone. And the fact that they have been sort of this whole culture that was actually formed, and the Prime Minister, our Honorable Prime Minister Modi, addressed it from the ramparts of Red Fort on an Independence Day about 2-3 years ago, when he also reiterated the fact that the first thing that we need to do is to educate the boys. It must start early in life, it must start from schools, and the fact that they must know how to respect everyone, especially women in their lives. So I think that today's event not only underscores the fact that the journey has started and all the girls who have benefited from this scholarship should actually be the torch bearers for the future. Second, you must also understand who's suffering. Countries are suffering because it has been proven again and again where gender equality has taken place to a greater degree than what has happened in some of the countries. The economy has done much better. That means that the contribution of women to the nation building is also a huge desirable fact. So there is basically a dichotomy here. On one hand, like somebody said earlier, that we worship all the Durgas and the Kalis and as women who have actually brought a huge balance to our culture, our society, our religion. And then how come we have flipped it on its head and started the whole fact that the basic idea is to rule your domain? I think a lot of it comes from the insecurity of men. And if we can somehow address that issue from the very foundation days. I don't know, I'm sure a lot of you hear this, a lot of the fault lies with the mothers also. That Raja Beta syndrome is to be banished. That's where the misconception starts. The big celebration when a boy is born. That's all, I mean, disgusting if you think about it. Where did it come from? I have no idea. But actually, to a family, girls are more valuable than boys. Because it's a natural phenomena, boys will move on. And we see it on a daily basis in our patients. Who's taking care of them? The daughters. The sons, if they call or they say, how's my parent? That's a lot. But the soul is stuck of the girl or daughter for their parents. So I think in all aspects, if you look at it, there has to be a balance that we must strike for ourselves, not for a favor to anybody, but to ourselves to say, where should we be placing? So I'm not in any way suggesting that women should all be leaving home and the children are not taken care of. Many, many countries now have changed, mainly in the Western world, where they give equal time off from your employment to take care of the children in their in their infancy. So I think that these are movements which will eventually be able to bring freedom to our women at home who are mentally saddled with the idea that they have to take care of home, which they should, but men have to participate equally in wherever they can share. What will happen? Two working members of a family can bring a lot of relief to our economic situation in the family. If you find that our ability to be able to visualize, conceptualize how a family unit should work with total respect for each other's work and finding the balance where who has to do what and what work they have to do. Somehow what has happened is also, and you see it more in Western countries than in India, is the movement of childless families. The ambition of having to work freedom has also taken its toll in the sense, if you have childless families and you show happiness, surely you're happier, you're freer, you have less responsibility, and you can live life to a greater degree in your youth, in your early years of adulthood. But the tragedy comes when you get older and there's nobody even to take. The responsibility of children is not primarily to take care of your parents, but this is a cycle of life. So I think if you don't have anybody, if nothing else kills you, loneliness does. And I've seen hundreds of examples of this where in their youth, and I have the advantage of age on all of you, I think, that there is so many of these couples who were so proud of themselves for having figured out the balance of life and that they were living for themselves, they don't have to live for children or later on for the progeny. This is a disaster. So I think the only family unit that will work will be the unit that can share the responsibility of home and work and income and financial security for your children also, so that your security to your children has to be only to the point that they are on their feet. But our obsession, people don't live their life because they want to save for the future of the children. That is also a bad part. Because if you are doing sort of dole for them as they grow older, and then you say, we have left security for them, it's not security, you're actually demeaning the value of life, because unless we all make our own lives, we will never have that respect for oneself and for your partner and for your children, because you have been burdened by what your parents did not do just to make you, give you the, if it is for education, if it is to help you find your career, absolutely yes. But it should not be that you're living your life for the future of your children. Live it in your own way and live it and leave enough for them to be able to educate themselves. No question in my mind. So sorry for this long lecture, but I didn't mean to. But I think this is a very touching event that I have come to. I was not well, but I still said I had promised Dr. Guleria, so I didn't want him to be scolding me at work every day. So anyway, I think it's a great opportunity to share with you. The fact is, I think we need to actually educate our children, our brothers, so that, I mean, mainly the male gender, which has perpetrated this on women. Women are stronger, more sensitive, multitaskers, and if they can deliver a baby and take care of them, hats off. So good luck to all of you. Please, you are the beneficiaries, you are the lucky ones. Make it multiple times luckier for other girls. Thank you very much.